Hi everybody, we are here for a whip and chat on my newest project. It is a one with the diamond art project, and it is called Sugar Frosted Christmas by Cocoa Marshmallow Art. Here is the thumbnail. So it's basically a pastel Christmas tree, and I'm working over here in the bottom right. I'm doing a large swath kind of in this area to save time from changing out drills, and then also because there's no perforated areas on this one, so it's easier just to do a large chunk in my opinion. And I'm starting out today. I have been working on this, as you can see. I think this is like the third time I've worked on it, third day, so I'm making pretty good progress. I didn't have to kit up because it's already kitted up. I'm going to start with this 415, and it is the A symbol. And you're zoomed in, I think, let's see, I think you'll be able to see where I'm at. It's always a challenge on these to make sure you can. So I had filmed one of these when I first started working on this diamond painting, and tried to edit and upload it and realized that my computer decided to not have enough capacity. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter whip and chat today so that I can hopefully avoid that. If you see me upload this, then it worked out. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I didn't have a problem with the video that I uploaded for Sunday, but that was a much shorter video of post review. So this is, what, October 19th. I had shared in the last video that it did snow here. There's not snow on the ground. It's all melted as far as on the valley floor. But we did go on a hike yesterday, and I'll insert a couple pictures of that, and you will see that in the mountains, there is plenty of snow. So this was the lake that we hiked to. It was in the Mission Mountains, and as you can see, there was quite a bit of snow. We weren't actually expecting that much and weren't really prepared for it. Here's me for perspective. We did not make it to the final destination. We actually were at about 6,500 feet, and the valley floor is about 4,500. So we were 2,000 feet up, and it was, in some places, like drifts of more than a foot of snow. And we didn't actually really realize how high up we were going because it was a hike we'd not tried before. Just generally, we got on all trails and kind of looked at possible hikes, and this one was to a lake, and so thought we would try it out. And it was very snowy. We did not make it to our intended lake that we were going to hike to because we couldn't see the trail. So while we weren't really worried about getting lost because we could see our footsteps or tracks, we also didn't know where the trail was. So we just didn't know where we were going. It was a very pretty lake though, as you'll be able to see that where we started, and there was some nice scenery on the way up, although I did kind of get a little nervous at one point because there's just like a straight drop off, like on the right side. You're driving on the side of a mountain, and my husband has studded tires on his truck, so I know in my mind it's fine, but I still like have a semi-panic attack, so that's a lot of fun. Other than that, just been working, which is going all right, just getting back into the swing of working and trying to make sure that I've got enough time, you know, to diamond paint, to film these videos. So I've been doing that, and we've been out at the property cutting wood, covering wood, and in the last video I inserted like a really random picture of a grizzly bear. And so I'll insert another picture. This is all these pictures are from our trail cameras on the property. And this is an interesting picture because this one was taken when it was light out. Almost never do we get any pictures of grizzly bears when it's light out. Usually it's like 2 or 3 in the morning that they come through, so I don't think too much of it. This one came through at like, I want to say around 7 p.m. And the reason that that is significant is that my husband and I left the property like at 6 p.m. that evening. So we were kind of close to running into a grizzly bear just walking down our driveway. And yeah, if you can see, it's not really the grizzly, you know, it's not, I just don't really want to run into any grizzly bear. They are here though, so you just, probably it'll happen at some point. I think in the last couple weeks, we've probably had half of the nights, maybe a little less than a half, where we've had pictures of grizzly bears on the property. Sometimes I think it's the same bear. I think there's one that goes through, at least it looks like the same bear to me, that goes through a fair amount, but one time it was a sow with a cub, like an older-ish cub, and so I definitely don't think it's always the same bear. And one thing that somebody up here told us when we sent them the picture of this bear was, oh, it might have been tracking you. Sometimes the grizzly bears get a wind of you and they'll track you. And I'm like, okay, did not need to hear that. So we don't really think that's what happened, because we get grizzly bears on our property fairly often this time of year when we're not there. So we're just going to choose to ignore that part. In other news, one of my friends had a close call with a mountain lion. She has like a little Yorkie that's like a puppy that's maybe 3 pounds. And so they always, of course, they live maybe, I don't know, 10 or 15 miles away from us. And whenever they take this dog out, they are right there with it, of course. And, you know, they're aware that in a place like this, that dog is kind of bait, right? I mean, they're aware of that. Let me make sure I'm in frame here. And so maybe last week or a little earlier this week, my friend's husband was taking the dog out, and a mountain lion, they had seen a mountain lion like the week before in their yard, and during the day, which is kind of rare. Like, you usually don't see them. They're pretty sneaky. And so anyway, her husband was taking out the dog and the mountain lion got it. And her husband like was right there, and he jumped over and choked out the mountain lion to get it to drop the dog. And luckily the dog wasn't terribly hurt. It needed some stitches, like 6 stitches on its leg, but considering the size of this dog, that was an amazing thing. The fact that he could even get over and get that dog away without that cat just running away with the dog is amazing. Very happy that he was able to do that, because that would have been so sad. But yeah, there's real risks up here, and that's one of the things I think about in getting another dog. If we do, I'm not really ready to get another dog. Our dog passed away on Memorial Day, and not really over it, but at some point when we get another dog, it's just like, it's like stressful. You have to protect it from all the random predators that are out here. But yeah, so, and her husband did not get hurt. He just didn't even have a scratch on him from that whole ordeal, which is a miracle. So that mountain lion is still out and about. So I hope that somebody gets it soon, because I have a feeling it's going to keep coming back to the property where my friend lives to keep trying to get her dog. So we will see, but that's the reality of living up here. Unfortunately, that kind of stuff happens, and this time it had a good outcome instead of what could have been a really, really bad one. we'll see. You might, in the next video, you might get an intro with a bunch of snow because there is a winter storm warning, and they said it's like a moderate to mild winter storm warning, yet we're supposed to get like 5 to 7 inches. And I was laughing because I'm like, to me, that's not a moderate to mild, but I guess it is to Montanans. And I also think it's kind of crazy because that storm warning, as far as I know, just came out at like, it's 3 p.m. on Sunday, and it's supposed to be for 9 p.m. on Sunday. I feel like in Texas and in the Midwest, those sorts of warnings came out with much more notice, but maybe I'm wrong. Diamond painting wise, I'm enjoying this kit a lot so far. The quality of the drills I really like. I don't know if they're resin or acrylic. I don't see a dimple on the bottom, but they're just there's no trash, very uniform, nice drills in this one. So I'm enjoying that. I think it's probably a computer rendered situation because there is a lot of confetti for what often seems to be no reason. And I did find that to be true with my last kit that I did from the one with the diamond art, but I've been wanting to work on this one for some time. And now that we are officially in mid-October, I make no apologies for working on Christmas kits for the end of the year. I slowed it down by working on the Violet Persuasion, and I'm hoping that I'm going to have time to do 2 more Christmas kits, one being Santa's List and one being Santa in the Chimney or whatever it was called. I think I can do it. Although we are having friends into town for the week between Christmas and New Year's. So they have children and we're going to have 6 people in this cabin. And so not only will I not have time to diamond paint during that, there wouldn't be any room for me to have this diamond painting out on the dining table. We're going to need that. We're going to need every square inch in this place plus some. But that'll be fun. We've got plans to rent snowmobiles. There's a bunch of snowmobile trails around here. We do have some stuff to learn about where to go, where not to go for like avalanche danger. Because that does not sound like a fun thing to be part of in an avalanche. And I would like to hard pass on that one. I did not pick up any diamond paintings in the new releases yesterday. I am fully ready for the Halloween releases to be over. I mean, by the time they ship people's diamond paintings out to them, Halloween's going to be over. So I think let's all join along and not buy any more Halloween paintings. No, buy whatever you want. I'm just joking. I'm the weird one who does not care about Halloween in the least. So I did notice that there was a email. Well, I didn't get the email yet. I didn't look yet, but I saw people posting that there was a vote that Diamond Art Club sent out. So if you haven't done that already, make sure that you vote if there's any kits that you would buy if they came out with. I usually only vote for like 1 or 2. I really do try to pick the ones that I think I would buy. I saw someone comment that, you know, it's hard to do that because part of what they're considering is the size of the diamond painting when it comes out, if they want to buy it, as well as whether it's square or round. And I think that's, you know, I think that's fair. All right, where are the rest of these A's? I think that's fair, but I do try to limit the amount that I vote on. Oh, there's a bunch up here. Let me move it down this way. It's so funny because these white spots, like I almost can't even tell that they're finished. So I keep looking there to figure out what I've missed. There's quite a bit more A's. The one thing about the one with the diamond art is their symbols don't always match up with the color that the drill is. So like this, like these A's over here are blue in the background or gray, which is fine because that's the color the drills are. But there's a bunch of A's over here and it's more of like a pink. So it's a little tricky. It can be, I think it's harder to successfully place all the drills of one color before you move on. I've accepted the fact that I'm just going to miss a fair amount. I'm doing my best, and I'll go back and fill in kind of at the end of one of these large sections. There's only so much you can do. But yeah, Halloween is coming up. Again, I live middle of nowhere. I don't think we're going to get one trick-or-treater. We have no candy, so I hope we don't. I have to go up to Kalispell this week and get a headshot for my firm that I'm working at, which it's always nice to be able to kill two birds with one stone, because we can always swing by Costco, and after attempting to hike through snow without snowshoes, we want to take a look at, and we've been meaning to do this, getting some snowshoes. They're kind of expensive, which is why I think we've been stalling on it, but we do want to stay active this winter, and one of the ways that you can do that is to make sure that you have the right equipment so you can still get out there and be active. There's a lot of trails around here where you have to drive miles to get to a trailhead, but there's also a fair amount of trails or places that you can go hike or snowshoe, or even on roads, where you can just, you know, it's easy access. So we need to get some of those. I need to get some gloves, because I literally have none. When you move here from Texas, you don't always buy everything, so I need to get some gloves if we go to the sporting goods store. And I feel like there was one other thing I needed to get. I have a hat, I have a parka, maybe some snow pants, like ski pants. I don't know what you call them when you're an adult. When you're a kid, they're snow pants. Like as an extra bottom layer. That might be a good thing to have. But yeah. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is, even though this was a fairly short WIP and chat, I think I'm going to leave it here for today. Simply because I already filmed this video once last week, and it was like a 45-minute video, and there wasn't enough space on my computer. And I've looked at trying to like condense or delete things, and I always delete my videos after I edit them, because I don't have a computer that has all the storage in the world. But I spent some time on it and I haven't been able to figure it out. So hopefully I don't need to buy a new computer, because I just don't really feel like doing that right now. I actually did just buy a new computer for work, so I really don't want to buy another computer for home. But I use a MacBook for editing, and I really like that. So I am going to stop it here in the hopes that you can see this video on Wednesday, and that I do not have to add a computer to my Costco list. And if you're seeing this video, then it was a success. And if I'm filming a little shorter videos in the future and you notice that, it's not because I'm trying to slack or don't want to talk as much. It's just because until I've figured out how to rectify this issue, I don't want to spend my time filming a video that I can not ever put up. So I hope you all have a great rest of your week, because this is going to go up on Wednesday. I'll see you back here on Saturday with another video. And I do recommend this. The last time I looked, this diamond painting was still in stock. It's a really cool Christmas scene that's pastel. You all have seen me talk about it on the channel. I'm excited about it. It's going actually pretty fast. So thanks for checking out this video. I appreciate it. And I will see you again on Saturday. Till next time, happy diamond painting, everyone.